Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming to this news conference related to Miss World Homecoming. Let's begin by inviting the Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport to do the welcome.
I just want to acknowledge the presence of Miss World, Toni-Ann Singh, Mrs. Julia Morley, the CEO of the Miss World organization, Mommy Jareen, and Daddy Bradshaw. And just to say that we're very happy that Miss Jamaica World is now Miss World. So she's not just for us now, she belongs to the world. And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, we can't, and I'm going to use a Jamaican term, we can't haul and pull her as we like anymore because she's under new management. We're happy to have Toni-Ann here in Jamaica. After winning the Miss World, I want to thank Mrs. Morley for agreeing to have her come to Jamaica just before Christmas. It's her Christmas gift because they have plans for her and it's really tight getting her here and back out. But we're happy that we were able to share her as Miss World before the rest of the world shared her.
I absolutely was positive Miss World should come home to Jamaica and celebrate. I'm sure some of you are old enough to remember when Cindy won Miss World, and when Lisa Hanna won Miss World, it was the first thing she did was to come home, and that's how it should be. You all had a hand in making this beautiful young lady, Jamaica itself, Mum and Dad, and the atmosphere and the kindness that you give to people. Many people don't realize now what Jamaica's all about. We need to promote that more. And when I travel around the world, I know Jamaica is a gem, and at the moment it's almost undiscovered. It needs its tourism, it needs to be put up front all the good things Jamaica does. And this is the most beautiful person to do it, and we'll do our best to promote Jamaica wherever we go. What we try to do in a small way and bigger ways, they all start in a small way, is to get the license holders as well involved in being useful with the young people that are going forward in their local contests. This has been now, if you look on our website and see beautywithapurpose.com, you'll see all the projects around the world. And you will be so proud of these young people. They're amazing. They do such an amazing job. Not just Miss World, but all the girls that have entered. And each year, they're continuing. So when we travel around the world, we're going to see all those projects. You can see the top 10 that won the prizes. And the prize was Miss World Visits. And we will donate on that day, raising money in their country for their project. So Miss World is a fantastic, wonderful feeling to be able to change what people sometimes have to deal with, whether it's clothes on their back or fresh water, which is really important. So you can see, because it would take years to explain it to you. I'm proud that she's won Miss World. Toni-Ann now is going to be the representative. When we raise money, we take nothing, absolutely nothing from the money. It all goes, which is very important. That's why we started Beauty with a Purpose.
Hello, everyone. It's so lovely to see all of you. Thank you so much for coming out to see us. I'm ready to answer your questions. I'm sure you have them. And I want to just personally thank you, first of all, for welcoming me home. I feel so wonderful to be back. And I had some wonderful escovitch fish right now that made me feel right at home.
Congratulations, Toni-Ann,
Thank you.
and welcome home.
Thank you.
I'm Kalila Reynolds from Nationwide News Network. Well, we just heard Ms. Morley speak about the Beauty with a Purpose platform,
Right.
and we've heard some of what you're doing. You're working with teenaged, pregnant mothers, pregnant women. I want to know what inspired that platform.
Yes, so it's interesting that in my own family history, I am the descendant of two women that had children during their teenage years. And I've seen them stress the importance of education to their children, who then have they're sitting right in front of you, and they have instilled in me the importance of creating opportunities, right, and grasping them really and taking them for what they're worth when it comes to education, when it comes to music. And I'm grateful for that, but I realize that there are so many awesome women in Bath and all over Jamaica and all over the world that have the same capabilities I have, and they don't have the opportunities, and they might not have the parents that I've had that are so willing or so able to make those capabilities into opportunities. So here I am now trying to make sure that I become, if I can, the difference for these women.
We've asked our listeners to send us questions.
Right.
And the number one question people want to know is, do you have a boyfriend?
Actually, no, not right now. And that's all right. God has been very good to me, so I'm focusing right now on pouring back into the world and into my community, and I'm sure that that will reveal itself when it's time.
What are your plans for your home parish, St. Thomas?
Well, the first thing is that a lot of work needs to be done, even in our roads and in the Women's Center especially, because that's a project that's near and dear to my heart. But it's about bringing the attention there. That's really all that matters. There are a lot of people all over the world that have the means to help, that want to help, but they don't necessarily know that we need it. And that's what's so beautiful about Miss World. It's that it allows people like me from wherever we're from to say, hello, hi, this is where we need the help. And we have the whole world watching and the whole world ready to pour into our communities.
For Mrs. Morley, Jamaica has done very well at the Miss World pageant over the years, starting as far back as 63, 64. Now 4 Miss Jamaicas have won Miss World. What, in your opinion, was it that set Toni apart from the 110 other girls? What made her stand out? What was it that she brought differently from the other contestants?
It's a really interesting question, but I can't answer it. I can only tell you what I feel. The others, if you saw how crazy they were for her, all the nations were sitting there with their flags, they were cheering her on. Nigeria went crazy. I thought she was going to jump her off the stage. We couldn't get her away. I just felt that we have a winner that everyone, the whole world was enthused with.
It has been only a week, and in that time I have met some of the most amazing people you could possibly imagine. The kind of professionals that are willing to donate their time and their efforts for the same things we care about, which is our communities and for the world. And so, I had a wonderful time on stage. I never thought I would get to sing on the Miss World stage. I never thought any of this would happen, but I'm so grateful. And I got a wonderful experience of singing I Have Nothing on the Miss World stage. And we talked about it and we thought, wouldn't it be wonderful to record it? So this week, very quickly, I can't even tell you, very, very quickly, we went to the best studios in the world, Abbey Road. It's the first recording studio in the world. Can you imagine? Me. And we recorded I Have Nothing, and we want to give it back as a gift. So we're giving it to Beauty with a Purpose, and we're every penny that is made from this recording, everything that is donated, even the smallest amount, makes such a difference. As somebody that knows personally, it did not take a lot to allow me to make my capabilities into my opportunities.
There's nowhere to hide. Oh, don't make me close one more door. I don't want to hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you dare. Or must I imagine you there?
Toni-Ann, I felt goosebumps. Do you feel goosebumps when you listen to yourself sing?
You know what's interesting? I don't particularly love hearing myself sing, but I suppose that's everyone. But I'm so happy to share this moment with all of you. Like I said, please go out there. Please donate. Every single penny goes towards the same children you're looking at right now. And we try to make sure that the first time it's ever released, the first people to ever hear it or ever see it are in this room. We're home first.
I was having a roundtable talk with my male friends,
Right.
and they're also very proud of you.
Yes.
but they said they needed a message because this
Right.
victory means a lot for females.
Right.
But what is your message to males, especially on
Right.
topics of domestic violence?
Yes, you know, it's very important. There's a reason that I work with women, and especially right now, pregnant women, because they are going to give life to the women and the men that are going to be the future of our country. And we want to make sure that they're raised in a mindset that these things are not okay. But that doesn't mean that I discount the men of the world at all. The truth is, there's a charge on every person's life to be respectful, to be caring, to be understanding of the person next to them, to everyone else that they meet. I understand that men need protection just as well as women do, that men also need safe spaces, that they also need educational opportunities, and they also need the chance to make their capabilities into opportunities. And I would like to say to all my young men that I need you as well. I need you out here to help me change the world. So it's up to you to push and fight and get out here with me and to pay attention to what the world needs. It's up to all of us. It really is. And I'm excited to see all of you out there in the field working with me. I intend to get down to the nitty-gritty, get my sleeves up and get to work. You know what is honestly awesome? Jamaica to the world is a happy and a vibrant place. I can honestly say. When I got to London and I got to spend time with all these people from all across the world, when you said Jamaica, they just knew without you having to say very much else, and their faces lit up. So I'm grateful that, you know, every country has its ups and downs, but I'm grateful that my country still to the world, you know, has this presence of joy and love and warmth and happiness and can't ball in our life, man. You know, I love that.
Over the years, Jamaica has tried, and there's been talk of hosting Miss World. Now that we have a Miss World, is there any chance of Jamaica hosting Miss World 70?
To be honest with you, if I could come to Jamaica and say yes tomorrow, I'd cancel everybody else. That's the truth. But you know, it is costly, and the government have to look at the costs and weigh it up against what the needs are here. Although I would say, in defense of Miss World, but for the Jamaican people, China asked us to come to China and help them promote a place called Sanya. It was Hainan Island. No visitors, absolutely empty, one small hotel, one being built that was called the Sheraton. We stayed in that. Having put the show on there, the next year we put it on because they wanted us to stay, and the next year and the next year. But let me tell you, the tourism went zooming up, not because they had anything more special than you did. You've got beautiful beaches. You've got surroundings that everyone would love. But you know, you need to let people know the door is open. Sometimes you get negative press. You get a few people playing up, and therefore they think, oh, don't go there, it's dangerous. It isn't dangerous. It's ready. It needs tourism. You were talking earlier about helping mothers and babies. People need work. And that's the truth. So let's face it, it's the truth. They need work. They need more hotels. They need tourism. Because you need tourism, and we all need tourism. So if we can show the good side, which is the majority of places and people here, we can do it. But at the same time, you would go mad with your government if they paid us to do it.
Minister Grange?
I will just say, let's hope one day we can do it here. We have explored it in the past, right, Mrs. Morley? We have explored it in the past.
We have, that's why I know the answer.
And for Jamaica, nothing is impossible. We just have to work at it.
Why do you think the pairing of physical beauty and purpose works so well? And to Ms. Morley, I'd like to ask, how do you respond to the sentiment that Miss World as a franchise has lost its relevance in a modern society?
With respect, the question's a bit outdated. No respect. I don't want to disrespect you, but quite honestly, we have just been talking about 130 nations across the world, women working. We have 5 doctors, 4 engineers, 3 pharmacists, you know, all these professional people coming into Miss World. Why? Why? Because they can use their ability to communicate across the world and make a use of it. It takes 20 years for people to understand what's in the current issues. So I'm glad you asked the question, and I'm sure that maybe between us we've got an understanding now that Miss World is special. It's not a Miss Universe, it's nothing wrong with Universe, but we don't want to parade girls on stage in swimwear, because it's uncomfortable.
And kind of to piggyback off of that, you know, we get this same question so often about beauty, you know, physical beauty. And it's interesting because we did have a lot of fast-track events during our pageant experience. And one was fitness, one was talent, it was beauty with a purpose, we had a top model challenge. These were things to highlight our capabilities. Really, when we discuss Miss World, it's so difficult to continue to keep the idea that it's really about what is outward. Because the truth is, we can discuss the different standards of beauty, we can discuss what is really accepted as beautiful and what is not, but that's not what we do. That's not what we care about. We care about what is it that you have to say. As someone that knows the truth, Toni-Ann can say, we need help in Bath. And a couple people will listen. But this platform allows me to say, we need help in Bath, and now there are cameras going to Bath to see what I was saying regardless. 130 countries get to allow their women to say something and be heard. Can you imagine? It is so much more, and it's so much more important. Yes, there's a crown. Yes, we get to fight the battle sometimes in a pageant gown, but most of the time you'll find us with the hair pulled back, with no makeup, and we're on the ground working, because that is the importance of the Miss World platform. That is what we do.
My name is Jessica Harrison, and I'm a lifestyle reporter.
Hi, Jessica.
And I just wanted to know, can you cook?
Yeah, Mommy.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
Curry. I love to cook curry. Even when I was in college, I had this big curry pot one of my friends got for me, and you know, your coconut milk and it's a big Dutch pot, right? Your coconut milk, your onion, your garlic, your thyme, your pepper, and you cook it down. Oh my goodness. Yes, I love to cook and I love to eat.
Okay. We noticed that you have amazing skin, and we just wanted to know what was your skincare routine, and if you have any tips.
Oh yes, as a matter of fact, I do. So very important to exfoliate, very important to take the makeup off. I use an oil cleanser first, and I make it myself. So I take actual, like, sometimes coconut oil and melt the makeup off. And then hyaluronic acid, look it up, very good, keeps moisture towards your skin, and also sunscreen. I know a lot of times women of color, we tend to think that we don't need it. We very much do. It's important to keep your skin protected. You're welcome.
Thanks. One last question. When you're running to the supermarket, what's the first thing you look to put on?
To put on?
Yeah, to wear to the supermarket.
Shoes.
What kind of shoes?
Yeah, maybe flip-flops, you know,
That's the
something
last
comfortable.
question. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
We have a presentation to make to Miss World. Kalila, one last question.
Mine is very quick,
Very
don't
short,
worry.
please.
It's from Mommy and Daddy. We all know she got her looks from you, Mommy. She looks just like you. Who did she get her voice from?
Oh, goodness. Dad?
No, Tony want me to turn it into humor. Oh, all right. I should tell you this. She got her looks from me. Just look at me. She got her brains from her mom. And she got her voice from her maternal heritage. You know Prince Steele? He's a reggae singer. And the girls, her aunts, her mom, they all sing gospel.
I wanted to say something very quick. I thought he was going to make this joke, but you know, my last name is Singh. And so my whole life, my dad is like, you know, you got it from me, but he cannot sing at all. Don't tell him I told you that.